have my red shirt on today, so you know I mean business. Let's get started.
Hey guys, this is Luke the Crusader Machining back for another great video. Today we're going to be talking about reaming 52-100 balls and how I got cake on my face. So where to begin? About a week ago I posted up a reel or a story or whatever it was talking about how I solved the problem of reaming, and I'm a big hero in my own mind. Just to have the reamer and the part go bad shortly thereafter. That's one thing. Second thing, I then posted up a follow-up short about don't count your chickens before your hatch, or whatever that thing, count your eggs before your chickens hatch, or whatever. Just to have it go bad again. But now this is the third and final installment of this cake on my face extravaganza. First short I made was a failure. Second one I made, I thought I got it. I was a hero in my own mind. Went bad again. I got loads of comments and suggestions and ideas for both TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and they were all great ideas. One of the best ideas I got was to burnish it. Now, on a Swiss machine, this is the machine in question. Here's my work envelope. The main side over here, I've got about 1.8. I can't fit a burnisher. Back here, which is my sub side, I could fit a burnisher. But the burnisher that I wanted to use was either out of stock or the people at Cogsdill didn't have it, or it had to be special made or something like that, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't need it anyhow. Now the burnisher, if you guys don't know what burnishing is, and for all you guys that suggested it, hats off to you, great idea. I burnished a couple times over the years of my illustrious career. It's metal displacement, where it's not going to cut like a reamer or a bore. It's going to use rollers, burnishing rollers, or a roller to go into the hole or on the OD and basically form the metal and smooth it out to give you the finish. Guess I'm a little ahead of myself. The part is 52-100, bore diameter of 0.190 inches to 0.1915 inches with a 32 RA max micro finish. Forever we would bore it, but I didn't want to bore it anymore. The little micro bores are expensive. I wanted to try to ream it. It worked good, but after reaming some parts, the edge would get buildup. I would take it out, I would stone it, put it back in, it would be okay, blah, blah, blah. So then what solved my problem the first time was I got a coated reamer. Wonderful. What I didn't realize though, well I did afterwards, but what happened was now my TIR was off and the customer wants a 0.002 inch max run out from bore to OD. I was reaming it, wasn't working. My run out was 5/10, 7/10, 2.5, 3 thou. No bueno. So I had to go back and refigure it. Now to touch base on the burnisher again, burnishers are wonderful tools, but they are expensive. The tooling allotment when we quoted this job would not have allowed us to burnish it. 15,000 parts we have to make. So if I had to get a burnisher, for sure we would have got one. But luckily, I was able to solve the problem. Now, when it comes to a personality like mine, am I the smartest in the room? No. Do I have the most experience? Sometimes. What I lack in natural intellect, I make up in sheer drive. I did not leave that machine until I had it dialed in. And now, we're about 2,500 parts later, not a single problem. My bore, my part slips over my pin perfect, 190 go, 190.15 no go, and my micro finish is consistently at about a 16 maximum, and my run out is about 5/10. I know everyone's saying, how did you do it, man? Fighting this machine for hours and days, and you're making these posts where you look kind of like a fool. A, how are you not embarrassed? B, how did you do it? Well, I'm not embarrassed because I have no shame. I've embarrassed myself plenty of times more than others have embarrassed me, so I'm used to it. As far as getting it good, what I did, and you can see here, the problem was after I got the surface finished good, the problem was the run out. The run out was no bueno. So what I did, I added a bore. So on the front side of the Swiss, we feed out, face, spot, drill. I do a rough drill, leaving about 3 to 4 thou per side on the hole. That gave me the best surface finish and best chip management. Then I put the reamer on the sub with a floating holder. So it's a floating reamer holder made to ream. And you can adjust the amount of float with a little screw on the back. But to get that run out, I added a bore on the sub side, and I went in and bored the hole a pre-ream bore. So now after I drilled on the main, I'd go on the back, I'd spot the face, I came in with a bore, ripped through, just removed a few thousandths to true up that hole. Then I went with the floating reamer holder, boom, right in. Nailed in every time. And let's see what our parts counter's at now. Because everyone's saying, no, you're not being accurate. Can we see here? 4823. 4,823 pieces later without an issue. Now, do I have parts that I have to sort? Yes, I do. But the idea is that it's good. And the lesson that I would say to learn from it that I could pass on to the younger generation is this. Feel free to let people know about your failures. The world that we live in, whether or not, whatever job you're in, or personal, or professional, it's not all glitz and glamour. Sometimes we make a mistake, and we feel free to admit that. I don't want to just highlight all the good stuff I do. It'd be a very short highlight reel. But what I want to show is the mistake I made and how I fixed it. This is a tough application for me. I'm sure there's people out there that say, oh, well, that's easy. And maybe, for me, I haven't really reamed a lot of it and had to hold a 32 micro with such a tight tolerance over a 15,000 piece run, trying to keep my cycle time at 50 seconds or less. So it was a challenge, but I was up for it. Like I say, what I lack in experience for this and raw intellect, I made up for in my unrelenting drive to get it done. One day, I didn't leave the machine for probably 10 to 11 hours, just dialing it in, just trying to get it good and trying something different. I was messaging people on TikTok and Instagram and wonderful ideas and trying to get different ideas and learning. 99 or 2000, 24 years in a machine shop. I don't know it all, and I don't mind admitting it. So the lesson is, don't give up. Drive home, get that good. If you can't, go to TikTok and get someone else's ideas. But that's it. I got it good, and I want to let you know how I did. Floating reamer holder, trued up the hole with the bore, and my reamer was coated. A coated reamer, man, it made all the difference. $11 more than the uncoated. 11 bucks, and I've got the same one in for probably about 2,000 parts now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you think? Comment down below. You familiar with reaming? Familiar with 52100 holding 32 micro? What did you think of the video? Like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Crusader Machining. Once again, this is Luke signing out. Thank you for watching and have a great day.